Hello students, let us start with the module 4, discrete time non-periodic signal, the discrete time Fourier transform, DTFT. In the previous module we have seen CTFT, which is the continuous time Fourier transform. A non-periodic discrete time signal x of n can be expressed as x of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral 2 pi x of e raised to j omega n into d omega. So, or another terms it can be written as 1 by 2 pi instead of 2 pi, it is like minus pi to pi x of e raised to j omega into e raised to j omega and d omega. Let us take this as equation 1, where this x of e raised to j omega is given by sigma n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega into n. Let us take this as equation 2. So equation 1 is called synthesis equation and equation 2 is called analysis equation, and where x of n and x of e raised to jn are the DTFT pairs. So x of n, x of e raised to j omega is known as discrete time Fourier transform, DTFT, of the given signal. Now let us see show that DTFT is a periodic function of fundamental period 2 pi, which is a 4-mark question from the model paper. It's very simple. We know that x of e raised to j omega is equal to summation n equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega into n. So let us consider x in place of j omega plus 2 pi k. We'll consider this one. So in this expression also, wherever omega is there, write omega plus 2 pi k. So summation n equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j into omega plus 2 pi k into n. So here we'll split this power as x of n summation n equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n and e raised to minus 2 pi k n. So if you see this one, this is constant one because it is of the form 2 e raised to minus 2 pi into something constant, where n and k are integral values. Therefore this is like cos cis theta, that is cos theta plus I sin theta, cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi of with multiples. Therefore it is cos 2 pi is 0, therefore cos pi is 1, therefore this becomes 1. So integ is equal to summation in minus infinity plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega. From equation 1, this is nothing but x of e raised to j omega. This indicates that x of e raised to j is periodic with period 2 pi. Let us see the properties of DTFT. Linearity property. If x of n DTFT is x of e raised to j omega and y of n DTFT is y of e raised to j omega, then z of n is equal to a into x of n plus b into y of n, whose DTFT is, let us take z of n. DTFT is z of e raised to j omega is equal to a into x of e raised to j omega plus b into y of e raised to j omega. Let us prove this. So we know that x of e raised to j omega is summation n equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. Also similarly y of e raised to j omega is, now let us take z of e raised to j omega, which is summation minus infinity to plus infinity z of n e raised to minus j omega n, which is where z of n is a into x of n plus b into y of n. We'll substitute this one, and this exponential term will multiply to both the terms and split the summation and also take out the constant a and b outside. So from this expression, from 1 and 2, so here this becomes x of e raised to j omega and this becomes y of e raised to j omega, which is equal to right hand side of the property, hence proved. Now let us see the time shift property. If x of n DTFT is x of e raised to j omega, and then y of n is equal to shifted version n minus n naught, DTFT will be x of n DTFT is x of y of n DTFT will be y of e raised to j omega into e raised to minus j omega n naught into x into. So we have to prove this one. So we know that y of x of e raised to j omega is summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. Similarly, y of e raised to j omega is sigma n equal to minus infinity plus infinity y of n e raised to minus j omega n. But what is y of n? X of n minus n naught. So we'll take x of n minus n naught. Now wherever n minus n naught is there, put m. Therefore here n minus n naught x of m, and wherever n is there, take this n naught here, m plus n naught, substitute here. So sigma summation n equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of m e raised to minus j omega n into e raised to minus j omega n naught. So since we are taking summation with respect to m, this n naught term is constant, so we'll take out the summation. Sigma m equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of m e raised to minus j omega, which of the form e raised to j omega. Instead of m you have m, instead of n you have m, that's it. So y of this is x of e raised to j omega, x of e raised to j omega into x of e raised to, hence proved. Now let us see the frequency shift property. If x of n dtft is x of e raised to j omega, and y of, here shift in the frequency. Earlier property we have shift in the time, here shift in the frequency. Y of n is equal to e raised to j omega e raised to j beta n into x of n will give y of e raised to j omega is equal to x of e raised to j omega minus beta. So let us try to prove this one. X of e raised to j omega is equal to summation n equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega. Similarly, y of n is y of e raised to j omega is summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity y of n e raised to minus j omega n. But what is y of n? E raised to j beta omega n x of n. So substituting here in place of y of n. Now taking these exponential terms together and taking minus j common and also n common, we get e raised to. Now if you see, compare equation x of e raised to j omega and this equation, what you will have, wherever omega is there we have taken e raised to j omega is there, we have taken e raised to j omega. Now here you have e raised to minus j omega n naught, therefore it will be x of e raised to minus j omega n. So you will not write n here. Now let us see the frequency differentiation property, which is an important question in the model paper. It is being asked. If x of n dtft is x of e raised to j omega, then minus j n into x of n dtft will be d by d omega of x of e raised to j omega. So we know this formula, x of e raised to j omega equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. Let us take this as equation 1. Now differentiating this equation 1 with respect to omega on both sides, we get d by d omega of x of e raised to j omega is equal to d by d omega of this entire right hand side. So we'll take the order of the differentiation and summation. So we'll take summation inside. Summation x of n equal to minus infinity plus infinity. X of n doesn't have omega term, so we'll take here, and partial differentiation of e raised to minus j omega n with respect to omega. Therefore, d by d omega of x of e raised to j omega is summation n equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of n minus j in e raised to minus j omega n. So comparing equation 1 and 2, if you compare this equation and the second equation, in place of x of e raised to j omega, you have d by d omega of x of e raised to j omega, and right hand side, in place of x of n, you have x of minus j n into x of. Therefore the Fourier transform of x of e raised to minus j omega n is discrete Fourier transform is d by d omega x of e raised to j omega, hence proved. Thank you.